let's just kind of recap what has happened since we've been here. So first and foremost, the last time that we were here was UIL, it was the state semifinal week. We did our massive state semifinal preview. Incredible semifinal games.
Yeah, really
followed by a great week of UIL State.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Man, and it's funny, I told you this before we even started the season, or before we started the show. It feels like we have lived 8 lifetimes since the state championship games.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to go back on the website and look, refresh myself on the scores, who played, to also pick the categories that we're going to pick. But no, it was a great Texas high school football season. Of course, we'll hand out accolades, like you said, later on in the show. But really, it was a great experience.
Yeah, and I think the thing about state this year is, and let's just be honest about it, some days you'll get 3 bangers, some days you will get no bangers, and you never really know. Yeah. All you're really hoping for is one really, really good game a day. And I feel like we got that.
Yeah,
I don't think that there was a time this year in state that we didn't get at least one good game throughout the days. And there were a couple days where we got multiple good games. Right. But I think the other thing that I appreciated about the state championships in 2024 was that, all due respect to the teams that we're used to seeing there, Duncanville, North Shore, all of those type of teams, there was some switches in a couple of the teams.
A lot of new champions too.
A lot of new blood. From teams like Woodville making their first ever appearance. Teams like Ganado winning their first ever one.
Teams like Randall that are in their 3rd year as a varsity program. They beat a powerhouse.
Yeah, teams even teams like Salina and Highland Park, some of the most historically excellent programs, we hadn't seen them in a long time. It had been a minute.
Even Carthage. We didn't see him last year.
And Carthage, just a totally different story too. For Scott Surratt to become the winningest coach when it comes to state championships, he's 10 for 10 in state. He got to do it with his son Jet Surratt at quarterback. And that was the other thing. A lot of family ties at state. The
Munster
Carneys,
as well. Yeah,
Munster. From Munster, the Surratts. There was one other one, and I'm blanking on it. I'll have to think about that. But just a lot of really cool different storyline. Of course, Riley Dodge was back in it, and Todd Dodge was there to watch.
Striker Reed.
And Riley Reed. Yeah, exactly. So it was there was a lot of really cool stories. A lot of, Woodville being there, I still think was one of the coolest stories. Yeah. But an overall great time. State's always fun because it's like a family reunion for us.
Yeah. It was, I was going to say it was a little strange this year too, because the Texas high school football season was pushed back a week. So we were working all the way up until almost Christmas this year. The last day was that Saturday, which was the 21st. You wake up the next morning on the 22nd, you have a little bit of time to rest, and then you and Tepper came back and you recapped the entire state championship run. On the 23rd, and the day before Christmas Eve.
I went back and frantically wrapped gifts, Yeah,
you have no time you got to get all your gifts and everything situated before state. Especially this year.
So state was great. We get done with state, and then it's instantly into the holidays.
Yep.
We all had great time at the holidays. All got to spend it with our family, which I know everybody was super pumped about. Then it was your birthday.
It was my birthday. I turned 26, which is still mid-20s.
It is still mid-20s. I will agree with that. Next year, the dark, or this year technically, the dark beacon of late 20s is new,
I refuse that.
So we had a 26-year-old birthday, and then we left and we went on my bachelorette party in New Orleans.
Yes.
Which was a great time.
It was a fantastic.
I thought it was.
It was a fantastic. What was your favorite part about the bachelor? I don't think I asked you, because I know you had. Okay, so we'll kind of talk about what we did briefly.
Mallory planned the whole thing.
Yes.
Our friend, one of my other bridesmaid, Kelsey, did.
Yes, she did. Yes,
did a lot of the planning too.
Yes. So yeah, we flew to New Orleans, and I didn't really. We had a couple of big things planned, but I know kind of our group dynamic, and I knew that, hey, we'll kind of just play it by ear for a lot of the things, especially like when it comes to food and shopping. We'll kind of just walk around and play it by ear from that standpoint. So when we got there, it was that Thursday. Kind of just took it easy, walked around a little bit, and then went back to the Airbnb that night, played a lot of games, played a lot of Yahtzee.
Which, yes. Which
is one of your favorite games.
If there's one thing that anyone needs to know about me, like if if you want me to play Yahtzee, like I'll drop everything.
Yeah, no, Yahtzee is...
I'm ready to go at all hours.
You know what we should do? You know how we do live watch-alongs for football? We should do a WTF live watch-along for Yahtzee.
Like stream on Twitch.
How does that sound, producer VNA?
I think that's the best.
I think that's
I learned how to play Yahtzee.
Correct. Yeah.
We
had not played before.
Right. How was your experience?
It was good. I got obviously I got beginner's luck.
Yes, because you won.
No, I came in second place.
Okay.
But it was funny because I was like, am I supposed to fill in the bonus here?
Yeah, and we're like, oh, am I supposed to fill in the 100-point bonus because I got so many Yahtzees?
What do you do if you get 2 Yahtzees? I don't have a place to put it.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And Chia Pickle was like, yes, add the points
put the check there. You get
I'm just seething because I have no Yahtzee and I couldn't get my stinking large straight, the bane of my existence. Anyway, I'll talk about Yahtzee all day if we keep doing this. But next day.
The next day, we got up and we had brunch at that cute little place in, I think it was on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, no idea what it was called. Correctly. I could go back and find it, but it was the best cheese grits I'd ever had in my life. Big grits girl.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Then walked around Bourbon Street for a little bit. We found a little country bar, which was kind of cool.
That was fun.
Played some games there. Then we went back to the Airbnb to get ready for a basketball game.
Yeah, we went to the Pelicans and Wizards game, which was really fun. Got the hookup with some club level tickets. Yeah. So free food, free drink. Never going to complain about that.
Yeah.
Not great basketball, but a great time was had.
No, it was not.
It was a lot of points.
To be real honest, I did not watch much of that game.
Yeah.
1, because we were socializing and making friends and stuff, and 2, they also had the Mavs game on in the suite.
They had the Spurs game on too. So my eyes
were
locked
in on other basketball games at that point. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, and then we got to go down on the court afterwards and take a picture with a couple of the cheerleaders that were there.
I got to meet the Pelican mascot, which was
cool.
We
got a picture with you and the Pelican mascot.
So that was the big one that day, and then the next day was probably my favorite because I felt bad for anybody like keeping up with our timeline on our Instagram stories because they're going to be like, I just kept thinking about like everybody that was there, like all of y'all's friends who don't necessarily know me going, what is wrong with this chick?
Right.
Because we wake up that morning and we go on a swamp tour, as you do on a bachelorette trip, you go on a swamp tour. So we
were airboat.
Yeah.
It was private airboat.
And it was so sick. Like, if you've never done that before, it's so worth it. Go out there.
It was cool.
We wrestled some gators. Fun was had.
You won, too.
I won.
The gator that you wrestled.
Me versus Toothless.
Yeah, Toothless.
They call her Toothless because I took care of her. So that was fun. And then that night, we... everybody agreed, which was shocking. We all dressed up as Pitbull. And we hit the town. And when I mean that we all dressed up as Pitbull, I mean every single person had on a bald cap, sunglasses, little mustache. We were in full like suits, basically.
Did y'all put a graphic up on TFT of all of us?
We did, yeah.
Is it still there?
Let me check.
I don't think it is.
Okay. Well,
it was fantastic. It is hard to be the hit of Bourbon Street because if you've ever been, there's a lot of stuff happening at all times. We were the hit of Bourbon Street. The amount of photos we got asked today.
I would confidently say that we were probably the most popular group on Bourbon Street, other than there was another bachelorette party there at one of the bars that we went to, and they were also all dressed up.
As the founding
fathers.
So that was fantastic.
And we got a picture with them. That was fantastic. But no, it was quite the sight to see if you were on Bourbon Street with a bunch of girls walking around in pit bulls walking around in bald caps.
VNA Armando Moreno was she was the one.
Armando is Pitbull's real name.
Yes.
So
she has been deemed Armando.
But it was Armando. Yes.
It was a great time. great group of people. If you can get a whole group of girls that aren't scared to put on ball caps, like you got a good group of friends. Mallory did a great job planning it, so that was really fun. We get done with that, and then nothing else really happened. VNA's birthday.
Okay.
I got married. So wedding.
Flash the ring.
Yes, wedding was on.
One more time.
Wow. Wedding was on the 18th.
Blinded.
A lot of fun. Huge group of Dave Campbell's folks were there, which made it really, really good. Mallory was maid of honor. VNA was chief dance floor coordinator.
Chief dance floor coordinator. I really liked that.
She made sure people were going. They were busting moves. It was a really special day. So that was fun. And then we wrapped it all up last weekend with VNA's birthday party, which was freaking fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very grateful for my family to put everything together. I didn't have a quinceañera, so it was like my 25th añera.
And
I like that. I like that a lot.
It was a lot of fun. We had a live little live band going on.
Food was fantastic.
Food was catered.
Fajitas, so good.
It was really good. I was telling everyone I was like running off of adrenaline the entire night.
Yeah.
And it went by in an hour.
Yep.
It was awesome.
One of my favorite parts, I have a lot of favorite parts, but one of my favorite parts was the candy bar that y'all had. And that's crazy because I don't like sweets, but it was all candies brought over from Mexico. And oh my God.
Your grandma brought them, right?
Yeah, my aunt brought them from Juarez, Chihuahua, and all of that. You hear candy and you think like sweet, but this was more of like, it's like the tamarind candy, so it's like sour, spicy, and good. Every time I have that candy, I'm just like, if this is home.
Yo, the amount of chili powder, tahini, and chamoy that I ingested.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was sitting next to Ish.
Mark City.
I kept stealing his candy, and he's like, "Just go get your own. It's over there." And I'm like, "No, I like stealing yours." But it was fantastic.
It was fun.
Well, there was also a big throne there too. It was all decorated.
Chair.
The big chair throne. It was
literally
white,
forced
beautiful,
VNA
and she wouldn't sit in it.
I was so mad.
I was like, "That is your throne. This is your moment.
If I
Sit in the damn throne."
If I sat in it, I was like not gonna talk to anyone. Like, I did get a picture in it.
Yes.
But which was good. So, but last thing I want to add is my parents were so in love and in shock that all of my coworkers were there till 1 a.m. and were dancing the entire night. And they're like, "Wow, like your coworkers are still here and they're having a blast." I'm like, they can get down anywhere.
Oh yeah,
for real.
One thing about us is that we shut places down.
Well, the other
For
thing
real.
is too, we had no idea what the band was saying. I mean, I took 6 years of Spanish, and I would like to think that I can like hold my own.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were just popping off, and at one point, Carter is like, "Anybody catch that?" And it's like, "No, we're still gonna go get down though." It was awesome.
Yeah,
It was fun.
They were just announcing stuff, and it was, if you weren't there, you weren't there.
So
Sorry about you.
there you go. Just it's been a really, really special couple of months for the DCTF staff in total. 2 days before the wedding, Will Wilkerson, the head of all of our digital stuff, and his wife Erin Hardigan, who many of you know from her coverage with Bally Sports Southwest, now FanDuel Southwest, they had their first child. Theo has come into the world. I got a chance to meet him a couple days ago.
He's so cute.
Precious. And the love and the joy that they have that Theo is here, I'll get emotional, but I mean, it's just, you could feel the love radiating.
Yeah. When they put their announcement on Twitter, did you see my quote tweet?
I don't
what
think
I said.
did.
I said, I just quote tweeted and I said, which is very me, Theodore Wilkerson, class of 2043, wide receiver, defensive back, 5-star prospect.
Well, yeah, Will was an all-state defensive back in the day at Pleasanton.
Yeah, and Erin's obviously an athlete too.
Yeah, she was a collegiate softball player.
Right. So that Theo's going to be an athlete.
They put him in his golf jammies when I came over.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I can get him some clubs here, and we'll start swinging. And then Greg Powers, our
became
director
a grandpa
of recruiting, is now Paw.
He
had his first. They had their first grandchild.
Yeah.
Him and his wife Rebecca. So yeah, just a really cool couple of months when so many big things are happening with such a good group of people here at DCTF. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to spend 20 minutes talking about that and just kind of, I feel
catching
like
up.
Yeah, our viewers are a part of our lives. Like we get to talk a little bit about some of the special things that happen. But that won't be the only thing we do, because we have a lot of football to talk about as well. We are Women Talking Football. A quick programming note. We'll go to a commercial break in a minute and get to the football, but a quick programming note. If you were just joining us, welcome to Women Talking Football. We are switching around the way that we're doing off-season programming here, specifically with our live shows. So every single Monday and Thursday of the off-season, the non-football season, there will be Texas football today. It'll be Greg Tepper and myself, our flagship program here at Dave Campbell's. So that'll be every Monday and Thursday at noon. every Wednesday, there will be a rotating cast of all the rest of our shows. So from here on out, the way that it'll work is the first Wednesday of the month will be Republic of Football with Carter Yates and Mike Craven. The second Wednesday of every month, starting in February, will be Women Talking Football.
Yes. Us. The trio.
The trio that you're seeing
women
here will join the second Wednesday. The third Wednesday of every month will be Vianney Moreno, Matt Stepp, and Greg Tepper on the beloved Tep and Step. And then the fourth Wednesday of every month is something that we're not going to announce just yet. I don't think it's public just yet. But we have a new show making its cycle into the Dave Campbell's realm. We are very, very, very excited to announce that, but we're going to leave that as a little bit of a teaser. So
announcement coming soon.
Yes, Monday, Thursday, Texas Football Today, and then a cycle of all the rest of our programming. When we get back into football season, we'll go back to our normal programming. But we hope that y'all will come join us when we are here. And maybe if you haven't watched some of those shows, come back on Wednesdays and just get a little taste of it. They're all a lot of fun. New stuff coming up. Very excited.
Well, yeah, and you said it best too when we were talking about the schedule. You said we want people to know that when they come to our YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, they can expect to see some kind of show every single Wednesday up until the football season. Then we go back to normal programming at that point. But every single Wednesday we will have a show up.
Yep. For sure. So, and you'll get to meet all the personalities with Dave Campbell's. There's a lot of them.